Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the transit Black Moon Lilith Sextile or Trine, one's natal Neptune. Now, this transit may manifest in the higher level of the placement of the transit of the BML. Powerful enemies, it could be prominent people in your life being in harmony with your dreams, your fantasies, your ideals. And I'm going to elaborate and expound on that. It's not about those powerful enemies being in agreement, with your dreams and fantasies or ideals, but you're less likely to not let those people, divert you from, what you're trying to do in terms of attaining, those dreams, your fantasies, your ideals. If you have your natal Neptune in Sagittarius, as an example, those ideals, dreams and fantasies may be connected with sports or religion or philosophy. It could be adventure or exploration, publishing as some examples. It's also about people that play a provocative role in your life may be more beneficial to you in the attainment of those dreams, those fantasies at this point in time. So it could be a very positive aspect for that. Now, the thing about this transit as well, keep in mind that the transit of the BML, of course, that doesn't replace or supplant your natal BML placement. That's with you, for the entirety of the duration of your life, and that's this is something where you could feel some benefit of during the time of the transit, but not to a point where it supplants or replaces what you have natally. The natal placement is with you, again during the course of your life. And some of you may wonder, well, what is the difference between this transit and the conjunction transit? Well, when you have the transit Black Moon Lilith making a sextile or trine to the natal Neptune, well, that's a harmonious aspect. It's auspicious. It forms a good relationship between the transit and the planet, in this case Neptune. And when you have, the thing about it is it's in the energies can work harmoniously with each other. But when you have the conjunction, well, conjunction aspect, it's comparable and similar, but it's not precisely or exactly the same as the sextile or trine. The conjunction aspect is intensifying, it's integrating, it's amalgamating, it's a strong concentration of energy of the transit and the natal placement. And like, let's say if you have the transit, BML making a conjunction to your natal Neptune. Well, positively, it can be a time where, these, people that figure prominently in your life may be really factoring into you attaining your dreams and fantasies, but it can be to the point where it could be to the exclusion of other things. It could be very obsessive energy where you become oblivious to other things in your life. Now, when you have, and another thing too is that sometimes I'd say this can manifest in physical related trauma that is connected with Neptune. If you have the conjunction transit, it could be because the Black Moon is connected with trauma, whether it be emotional or physical. And Neptune is associated with the feet, the toes, the pineal gland, the lymphatic and immune system. So anyway, the thing about, as far as just going back with this transit now, it's a time where you might feel more inspiration to do things with people that play provocative role in your life. If the transit Black Moon Lilith, say, is in Capricorn in the 11th house, it could be people that might be, have mentored you in astrology or some other 11th house field, such as computers or electronics or astronomy, as some examples. And going back to the fact that Neptune is connected, anatomically speaking, with the feet, the toes, the pineal gland, the lymphatic or immune system. If you're having any issues with those body parts, those that are anatomically connected with Neptune, it could be where you have more of that passion and desire to actually do something about those problems at this time, and people that figure prominently in your life may be advantageous to those matters, whether it's inspiring you or encouraging you to do something about it, or whether they're giving you insight into this matter. This could be or recommending some physician for you. This is the time where those people can figure more prominently in terms of doing something to help you positively with these with these issues, if you do have anything that's connected with Neptune anatomically speaking. Remember, Neptune is also connected, rules drugs and alcohol. So if by any remote chance, if any of you have had are experiencing issues with that, those are see this video experiencing issues with it, and any of you are, then the people that are prominent in your life it might be more beneficial to you in dealing with this at that time of the transit. Now, what I want to say too is this is also a time where if you're trying to dissolve something, whether it's a marriage or it's a friendship, that's no good, that may be toxic, it's a time where where again, having that passion and desire to do something about it. The people that play a provocative role in your life can be beneficial in you doing so. And the thing is, the Black Moon Lilith again is connected with formidable enemies, and it can be a time, if there's been somebody, that's been a thorn in your side, it's caused problems for you, whether it's something slanderous. Can say if you have the transit BML, if it's in Capricorn and or the 10th house, it could be something associated with your public image or reputation, and this is a time where it's more of an opportunity to dissolve those issues at this time. Neptune is about dissolving, dissipation, and whether you have say if you're going to an attorney to deal with it, this is the time where it can be more auspicious for positive results in that matter. So it's also a time if you're trying to escape. Neptune is about escaping, eluding. If you're trying to escape something nefarious or some negative situation in your life, this could be that golden opportunity to actually to take care of this, to be able to do so. And whether it can be through means of isolation, or whether it's simply distracting yourself, figuratively escaping, doing something that you might enjoy, things that inspire you at this point in time. This could be the time where it can be very positive in doing so. If the natal Neptune is in Capricorn, it could be doing something career related or something with business, something where it could be something with information technology, or something specifically connected with Capricorn, like dentistry or accounting, or doing something just simply career related, as some examples. And it's also a time considering, Neptune is also about the less fortunate, which can include the impoverished, the homeless, the oppressed, the hungry. And again, going back to the BML, really being about passion, intense passion, desire. It's really having that passion, desire to do things for those that are less fortunate, and also it could be simply sacrificing for others. If you have your natal Neptune in the second house, those things you may be sacrificing could be something connected with possessions and material items, something of something monetary at this time. Now, another way this transit can manifest, it could also be where it's positive, again for that intense, the passion, desire, which is the Black Moon Lilith, to pursue dreams, which is Neptune. Now let's say if the natal Neptune is in Sagittarius in the 5th house, those dreams could be connected with designing something sports related or outdoor related, which is Sagittarius. It could be games, which is the 5th house, and also people that play provocative role in your life, which is the Black Moon Lilith, may be in harmony and agreement with what inspires you, and Neptune is about inspiration. Let's say going back to a Neptune in Capricorn as an example. If the natal Neptune is in Capricorn and the 11th house is an example, again, it could be mentoring, which is Capricorn, astrology, which is the 11th house, or it could, be another 11th house, fields such as electronics, computers, astronomy. It could simply be mentoring just in groups, just in general, and really, or just attaining, career ambitions, which could be an aspiration. Capricorn is the sign associated with the career in general. 11th house is connected with goals and aspirations. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, now also to, an attempt to embrace the higher level of this BML transit may be assisted by, those that are less fortunate, or it might be done through film or video, which is Neptune. Now let's say if the transit Black Moon Lilith is in the zodiac sign Cancer as an example, those that higher level of the transit could be connected with home caregiving. Maybe it's providing safety, protection to somebody, or something with security at this point in time. You might be providing to someone. And anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.